Let me take the ball and run with this.
Do it.
All right, as of about an hour ago, because Corn Dan jumped the gun a tiny bit, but that's cool because now I don't have to do it. Big Bad Gameathon submissions are open. Big Bad Gameathon is the sort of Kusog7ande sister-ish event, showcasing speedruns and some super plays and showcase content of bad, janky, misunderstood, and mechanically polarizing, I like to say, games.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna run September 22nd to the 24th, and the submission window was open the entire month of July, right up until midnight, 001 a.m. August 1st.
Yeah. Slash whenever somebody wakes up to close submissions.
Yeah, someone has always put a submission in at like 4 a.m. on August 1st, and we're like, yeah, that's after the window, but but don't do that to us. Don't make us have to make that call.
Honestly, like, when it comes to me, though, I'm like, as long as you send it in before somebody hits the close button, then technically it wasn't closed. That's how I rule. That is my ruling. But yeah, like, get runs done, get runs submitted. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big Bad Gameathon is definitely my favorite marathon of the year. It is community focused, not charity focused, so you can watch and enjoy without having to divert funds from your bigger charity events like GDQ. And a lot of people use this time to practice up for GDQ submissions anyway. My bet is that GDQ submissions GDQ submissions will probably be done before Big Bad Gameathon this year, and if so, that's fine. You'll still have plenty of practice in order to get a recording done for SGDQ, so get your games ready. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube or something, you don't have the Twitch chat where we just posted the links, you can go to bigbadgameathon.com, and that's all one word, no punctuation, no nothing. There'll be a button in the top right to hit the submission form up.
Yeah, I am definitely gonna be sending some games in. Some old classics, and then maybe I'll try to find one or two new things that I haven't run for a marathon and do them for this. I love doing kind of silly submissions, and some of them end up not exactly being speedruns per se, but showcases. I love that we're able to experiment a little bit more with Big Bad Gameathon because it's not tied to anything big. So seriously, if you're wondering, is it a good idea to submit this? Just submit it.
Yeah, just throw it in. We like seeing everyone's ideas of what is strange or weird or bad, or we've had good games in there that were just exceedingly weird. We at one point had someone running WarioWare smooth moves in a morph suit. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was so good. And I believe they later got it into GDQ, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we had someone do a super play of Guitar Man, and that was great just because that game is so weird.
Yeah, basically, Big Bad Gameathon, as long as it's not like a mainstream game, it's usually fine. If you can make a case for this is Kuso, but not Kuso bad, Kuso weird, then heck, send it in. Okay, I love Big Bad Gameathon. Tristan, thank you so much for jumping in and talking about that. I do want chat to submit to me. Just FYI. Okay, I think we gotta do the game reveal though. Crappy's been dancing for a long time. He's getting tired.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna let you do that and leave everyone with that little comment. Yeah, have fun with the match. Big Bad Gameathon submissions all of July. BigBadGameathon.com. My shill is over. Have fun.
Yes, thank you. See you, Tristan. Have a good day.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody. Welcome to ADHD month. This is me taking way too long to get to the game reveal. That's okay, Crappy. Take us over. No, not Mutant Knight. That's scary. Actually, Tristan would appreciate that. Tristan, the OG Mutant Night giveaway, or are those words? I don't even know. Yeah, anyways, you know what? Today is an endurance round. I believe this is the last endurance match that we have. 2 hours of gameplay to see who can make the most progress over those 2 hours. So who is giving out the game? Well, it is our friend Time Stalker. Hey, Time Stalker, come on in. Time Stalker.
Rosetta.
Oh my gosh, how you doing?
Doing good, how about you?
I'm doing great. It's just Twitch is being stupid. That's all.
Well,
Okay, yeah, like I'm
a
trying.
lot lately.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm just making sure because I didn't see someone stream up for a while. Both of the streams are up right now. I am a little bit over the place, like just brain-wise right now, but that is completely fine. What game have you chosen for our endurance match?
So when I signed up to be a GM, a couple of people decided to give me games they thought would work and look at them, and my wife's friend was one of them. And this is a little outside my wheelhouse because I normally stick to the older consoles, the Game Boys, the NES, SNES, Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
That's normally my wheelhouse. But we're going to have a PlayStation game today. And this is actually a port of a PlayStation game from a DOS game that they didn't bother to change the controls at all with. So that's going to be a big effect. But we have Cyberia for the PlayStation.
Yeah, Cyberia for the PlayStation. What does that say? Danger never looked so
Danger
good.
never looked so good.
I think that's a liar. Danger's always looked good. My name is Danger. Rawr.
So this is kind of an adventure game.
Okay.
But this is the controls are so bad in this game. Like it is point to point movement, if that makes any sense. You kind of aim your character in a direction and say, go that way, and they go to the next point in that direction.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty sure we will find out, and the players definitely will as well. They've got 2 hours to learn how to play this game, and adventure games in Kusog7ande, not super common, although we've had Police Quest death runs where essentially the players tried to get as many deaths as possible while playing it. So, like, it's not unheard of in Kusog7ande. We had Stair Quest, which I think that was in Kusog7ande, and if so, that game I would say is objectively a good game.
Yeah, and the first game I tried to give out was also an adventure game, because adventure games tend to lend themselves well to longer plays. But I don't have your side stream.
Yeah, I know. I'll get it up. Just give me a sec.
Alright. But yeah, I was shown a part of this in the mid game, and I was like, okay, I have to try this out. And then I got to the actual gameplay, and it was nothing like what I looked at. So
No.
it was like, oh, there's more to this than what I was shown.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I want you to know that I really appreciate everybody's support. It's a little bit of a weird time with Twitch, just with everything that's been going on, but all of the subs here, I am super thankful for you supporting the channel, and if you like what you see here, feel free to find other ways to support as well, because Twitch is owned by Amazon, and they're kind of butts. But honestly, just being here and watching is pretty significant for me. So I'm checking right now to see if the players are ready to roll, because I am.
Ready?
Okay, I do need to remember that we are starting the countdown after the intro cutscene.
Yeah, this game has unskippable cutscenes.
Please enter identification.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Best of luck to the players. What would be good emotes for chat to spam?
Planes, explosives, any kind of technological thing. Boats.
Bots. Okay. This is going to be an hour, 20 minutes. This is going to be an hour, 20 minutes. No, 120 minutes. 2 hours. 2 hours of game. Okay, do not worry. I will not start our timer until after the intro cutscene. So let's go ahead and watch what fun this has. Okay, I see beautiful water. I see bots. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Ha!
Hey, Zach, how's the ride?
Sporty. And how about telling me what's up?
Always to the point, my man. All right, here's the sitch. You'll rendezvous with the rig in about 10 minutes. Your contact is Santos. There's a TF-22 prepped and ready.
I've never flown a TF-22.
Not to worry, you won't be flying this one. The auto-nav is set to take you by optimum route to the Cyberia complex.
Trust is a wonderful thing.
I got you out of solitary, didn't I? Can't have you jetting around the globe instead of getting the job done, my man.
Yeah.
Just what is the job, Devlin?
Well, like I said, always to the point. All right, stand by. I'm going to shoot you some currents on the Cyberia project.
I still don't have top security clearance, but one of the science officers has started to tell me some things. They're making incredible advances in nanotechnology. I'm
Nanotech!
not sure if I managed to get the camera into one of the labs today, and then something very secret. All I could make out was a message about the project, learning to talk. The director went down to see for himself in his pajamas. He spent the next 2 days on the vid phone to Switzerland. It was getting really hot. I know the assistant suspects me, but I'm not really much in today. Security very tight. One of the technicians was injured yesterday. Nobody will say I had copies of some internal email messages. Might be useful. I'll get into this fellow.
My gosh.
Died. They were constructing an isolation chamber on level 2.
This is so much lore.
I'll be gone by 0400
Yeah, and it's
hours
so
the
much
day before.
technobabble.
Don't let the team show up early.
Don't let the team show up early. You do that.
Hey, I knew that
Oh,
would grab your
no.
attention. So that's it. Infiltrate the complex and find the Cyberia weapon.
I like
What do
this
I do with it
guy.
once I find it?
Is that a snake around his neck?
Keep it company.
Or a sausage?
That's his hair. That's
It's a
his
cleanup.
hair.
That's his hair?
24 hours behind you.
Okay, okay.
Great.
Run.
on both
Catch you
sides.
later.
I literally thought that it was a snake. Oh, okay, this is going to be special. Oh, yeah. Oh, this music is so good. All right, as soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer. We've got 2 hours of this glorious mess. Remember, as silly as this looks, the players will be trying to make more progress than the other player, and whoever doesn't is actually eliminated because of this game. My gosh, more cutscenes.
Well, no, this is you getting out.
Okay, are we out?
Now you're in control now.
This
Yeah.
is Santos. Report to my office
Now-
immediately. Take the door
Now,
on
if
the
you
right
notice,
and
you're
don't
choosing
wander around.
direction the character faces to where they move. So you can actually turn the character around, and I'm wondering how many times people are going to accidentally reverse direction by turning the wrong way.
Yeah, question, is this tank controls or is it choose a direction?
Nice and slow.
It's choose a
and disarm
direction
the
and then
weapon.
push up to move.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
Is this how you
both
greet all your
players
new arrivals?
avoided being shot.
Only
Right
if they
away,
have
so
a
that's-
weapon.
Gia,
Wait,
quit
you can
screwing
die
around
right
and bring
there?
him to my office.
Yep, if you do anything other than turn towards
I'll
her,
take you to
you
see
die.
Santos.
Nice,
Run or
good.
attack. Come on, follow me.
Ah! Alarms! Ah!
You take the gun
It's
on the right.
so loud. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so you're into a gunner section here, and this section is obnoxious because it goes on for way too long. But also, every time you take damage, the gun becomes harder to control.
Yeah, I mean, that in general would probably be true. Oh my gosh, good shot. Okay.
Yeah, you have a thing on the lower left that is your radar.
Yes.
But it's not exactly accurate, so sometimes things can be on screen even though it shows that it's not on the actual radar of what you can see. So
Good shot. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that I already love this game, and I can see why it's here, because this is not what you would typically get on the PlayStation at all. Huh. Oh no!
Nice kill.
Nice kill. I imagine she has to wink while saying that.
now the first time I did this, I cleared it, and when I was trying it again another time, I didn't. And this just goes on forever.
Really?
It takes. You're here. There was one point where I was showing this off Thursday, where there was nothing on screen, yet you weren't done yet. You were waiting for more enemies to show up.
Oh, baby. Watch it! Magnetic mines! Magnetic mines or mimes? Because honestly, a mime, they can just pantomime something being magnetic and being pulled towards it. It is terrifying how good mimes are at sliding across the floor backwards. Yeah. Everybody, do not go and see a magnetic mime. You know, go ahead.
Having real trouble with this thing because it's becoming harder to move because they're having trouble aiming directly.
Yeah.
To see how it's shaking, it is so hard to control once things get damaged.
How can you tell how much health you have?
It's on the. I believe it's on the bottom bar there, but I could be wrong. I really could not tell.
Yeah, the bottom bar almost seems like how much ammo / how much you're able to shoot still. I'm not completely sure though. Mifa.
It's the green bar on the left, and it lowers, but it also comes back up, I think.
Okay, so
when
shield slowly restore.
Yeah. Yeah.
My gosh.
Or that might be the control of it. I am not sure because, like I said, these lines don't mean anything to me.
This is so amazing already. No, Mifa!
Mifa's dead, so she's gonna have to start over.
Oh no. Does that mean that we get the intro cutscene again, or are they able to jump?
You have, as you see, you have scenes here, but Mifa went back to the very beginning instead of loading the most current scene because the most current scene is not the one you started on. So you can actually reload into the very beginning of the game instead of where you last checkpointed.
Yeah.
Because it highlights the oldest checkpoint first.
So my bet is that we're going to have both of the players probably do that at least once.
That was amazing.
Captain Drake has completed it.
Oh my gosh. Kiss me.
Alright, now I told them both to kiss Gia because if you don't, you actually skip a whole section in this game.
So yeah, I think that like
Get him. Right, boss.
Mifa was asking, are the controls supposed to jump like that when you're low health? And I'm just saying, from my understanding, that's normal. Mifa is not okay with that answer. With that said, like, the players will probably both accidentally start over at least once. Mifa got it out already. Captain Drake might accidentally do that. Question, though, like, does this game have saves? Oh, no!
What are you doing?
That's the thing. Your checkpointing is your saves.
Yeah, but does it save onto a memory card?
Hey, what are you doing?
No! Stop it!
I am actually not sure on that. I just know that it's got its checkpointing on there, so you can pick up every outright where the last checkpoint was.
Yeah, I would have been.
There aren't multiple lives.
I would have been tempted to reset so that I could like go back to the latest checkpoint rather than the first one.
So Captain Drake just made a mistake.
How?
They didn't pick their gun back up, so they have no way to defend themselves now.
I mean, Captain Drake can figure that one out. Wow, this movement is something special. Of course,
you go to the door and it rebounds you.
Yeah, Mifa is also saying that this radar is very inaccurate during the shooting section, and yeah, I presume this is going to be very, very rough for the players. Oh no!
And
Captain Drake is dead.
Been shot. So let's see if they start on most recent point or not.
Yeah, you're gonna want and it does show a password at the top catwalk. So, yeah. But Captain Drake doesn't have a gun still, right?
Yep, they do not. They have not picked up their gun yet, so they have no way to defend themselves from this guard.
Beautiful. Okay.
And I don't know how long it's going to take Captain Drake to figure out that they have to go back for their gun.
Ooh, clever.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, you had to choose not to walk out in front of the guard, but instead walk towards the box.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, maybe after dying, you automatically get your gun, or if you continue, you might start with your gun. So, that might have actually been fine for Captain Drake to die.
Yeah, that might have been. Okay, now Captain Drake is going back downstairs. And dead. That's not what you need to do.
Yeah, we're gonna... Oh my gosh. This is adventure game purgatory. This is gonna be very painful.
Okay, so Slammy In is telling me that they think they have this. They said the left bars are shield armor, the middle bars are health, and you only lose middle bars when all of the left is depleted.
That's what it looks
So
like. Mifa almost gonna die now.
But shield is regenerating, so as long as they...
Got it.
Yeah, nope.
Nope, Mifa's dead again.
Okay, this game is beautiful. Yeah, Mifa is not a fan.
Okay, so Captain Drake is coming to the plane now. Now, if you don't kiss Gia, they just tell you to go to the plane. And Captain Drake's dead from another guard again. But they tell you to go to the plane, and so you go to the plane to take off. This is where the two storylines converge.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, converging 10 minutes into a game, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not a super long separate story.
It isn't, but if you can skip that time, it's very helpful. I want to see if we get one of the cooler things again here.
Captain Drake did shoot the guard, so
yeah.
That is definitely. Oh my gosh, the iridescent glow.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Time to flying. Woo! What? What?
Now, I don't know if Captain Drake's going to realize why that happened.
Okay, why did that happen?
There is a bomb attached to the plane.
There's a bomb?
You have to defuse it before you can take off.
Oh my gosh, of course there's a bomb.
Now we're into the puzzle portion of this, and this part is such a mess. You have all these switches. Now you have 3 things on the left side that the manual tells you how to access. Instead, Captain Drake's just going to press a button and blow up. You have a thermal scanner. You have an MRI scanner, a handheld one at that. But and the third one, I don't know what that is. I haven't used it yet because I haven't gotten to the second puzzle area.
That's all right.
You have to use those, but when you use them, it brings up this huge mess of a menu. But Captain Drake's just going to brute force this, apparently.
Now, from what I understand, this game has various difficulties. Did you have them start on the basic difficulty?
They're all medium difficulty, both of them.
Which one?
There's a medium difficulty for arcade mode, which is what Mifa's doing right now, and there's a medium difficulty for puzzle mode, which is what Captain Drake is doing with the bomb.
Okay, gotcha. So it wasn't set to difficult, it's just set to medium.
Yeah. The difficult setting for this has all 7 switches that you have to mess around with. So,
gotcha.
but I noticed Captain Drake has not used any of the items on the side there, and those items let you see what you're doing on there. But he brute forced it, so now he's into the plane section.
I mean, that works. It's kind of, a little bit frustrating to feel like you have to brute force. And one thing that makes me wonder, like, Captain Drake is really good at learning how to play games, though. I imagine that he, later on, if there are additional puzzles like that, he should learn how to do it. Mifa, meanwhile, still doing the fighter jet section, which, honestly, I think Mifa's going to get through it this time, and then we'll see more gameplay.
I gave them both the manual, and it does tell them how to use the stuff there. And Mifa is through, so Mifa's finally out of that hell.
Just
yes!
how hot is this thing?
To kiss.
The cartel wants it pretty bad. They know we have the Cyberia files, but I thought that if I sent you in alone, we could avoid all of this crap.
Yeah? Well, it looks like they're laying out the welcome mat.
Indeed. TechScan shows a lot of cartel activity on your route to the complex. Your onboard fire control system should be able to handle it.
Machine faith, Devlin?
Trust is a wonderful thing, remember?
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you are flying in this section, but you actually have no control of the plane.
Okay.
You are only in control of the weapon reticle, which means you cannot dodge enemies at all. You have to take them out before they hit you.
Huh.
So you're in a section now where you're basically dogfighting, but you don't have control of the dogfighting other than the gun. The computer is running your flight plan.
Yeah, gotcha.
And this section is where I got stuck, is in the flying areas, because this is all your enemies take multiple hits. It's actually rather frustrating when you can't dodge anything.
Wait, does your girlfriend in the game die? Sorry,
She's not your girlfriend. She's an agent on site.
I mean, you kissed her. I guess you don't. Yeah, a kiss is not a contract, as the Flight of the Conchords sing. Kiss is not a contract, but it's very nice. Oh no, Captain Drake blew up!
Captain Drake is dead again.
I think.
Yep. Have to go back through the opening part of this every time you die.
Yeah, that's a little annoying, but you know what? It's fine. By the way, I'm looking at the manual. This is like 98% lore. Holy crap, how long is this manual? I'm not reading the lore to you, chat. Just know that, like, if you want a very in-depth story, there is one. Holy...
Yeah, the manual is there so much for lore and not anything else. Like, they give you controls, and then they kind of just go, oh, here's a lore dump, and they don't really explain much of anything else.
I'm also taking a look at, like, their supplemental bios for various characters. Like, apparently Delvin is from Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa, and his mother is Elizabeth Ann Sorensen Delvin. His father, Robert Alexander Delvin, he's got a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and then got an MBA at Wharton, employed by the CIA, later by FWA, not Furry Week in Atlanta, the other FWA, Security Force, which apparently he heads. but apparently he occasionally got hired by the private sector, but people don't know if he is still down for that, but if so, he would charge a lot of money, apparently. Thank you very much for the bio there.
Captain Drake is already better at this flying section than I was. Like, my first few times with this, I could not figure out how to take out enemies quickly, but Captain Drake seems to be getting the better hang of it than I did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason that they are this far into Kusog7ande. They have, this is a genre that you would not expect to get. I guarantee this is a genre that nobody expects for Kusog7ande. But having a wide knowledge in a variety of genres and how to get through some of the stupid parts, that is priceless knowledge here. And Captain Drake is definitely making some good pushes into this. It's great.
Yeah, the problem Mifa's having is they're not locking the door. You have to turn where you can get to the lock and lock the door so that they don't get hit from behind.
So, just to confirm, this game, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. Welcome to my ADHD life. Welcome to the ADHD med shortage in the U.S. That's basic. All I can do is say what I'm thinking at the moment, because if it's gone, Time Stalker.
Yeah. Well, this game is definitely obtuse in a lot of ways, but it was originally a DOS game, and then they ported it to this and the 3DO and Saturn, and they never really changed the controls, so...
Oh, yeah. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the people who resubscribed recently: DVX, Lord Kefka 40, BV728, Donkey Kong, Bilby Coder. I very much appreciate all of your support, and it's because of you all that we're able to give out prizes for Kusog7ande. We do have over $2,000 worth of prizes that we offer throughout the tournament, and it's because of the support that we get here. And honestly, in the future, I would love to be able to have a bigger prize pool for people. So, it gets really exciting to see how people are doing in these matches. Captain Drake is doing pretty well. We're going to have deaths.
I feel bad for Captain Drake there. You have to destroy that last target. If you don't, you fail the mission, and you have to start it all over. That last target is a required destruction.
I do like that the planes in this area definitely look a lot like modern drones. When did this game come out? 94? The original DOS version was 94, so were they predicting, what the future of flight would look like? They might have been.
Probably.
Then again, it probably wasn't too much of a surprise. As it turns out, having something fan-shaped that blows straight down allows things to hover. That's just life. It's like helicopters.
Poor Mifa, she's still stuck in this area.
It's fine. Honestly, we've got 2 full hours.
I'm surprised that Captain Drake got this section as fast as he did.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is guessing a little bit, but part of it is also paying attention to when you died. Where did the death come from? What ended up getting you killed? Was it from behind? Was it from in front of you? Was it because you somebody came in through the door? And if so, what do you do in order to prevent that? The answer is lock the door. But, this is not the most forward game in the world. This is definitely, hey, this game is going to be brutal. And, oh, there we go, Mifa, death from behind.
Target acquired.
But it's a puzzle game, It's masquerading as, oh my gosh, as an adventure game, sort of. But this is definitely a puzzle game.
And Captain Drake missed the final target again.
Shields at maximum. Navigation
Oh, yeah.
systems active.
Freeham says that is so unfair, and yep, welcome to adventure games. A lot of adventure games have really unfair fights.
Rerouting fire control
And the
systems
sad thing is, you have to go through this opening intro cutscene before you can actually fire again.
Yeah.
So it wastes your time in so many ways.
target acquired.
Actually, now, since we're talking about adventure games, it definitely makes sense that this is, like, this game has some problems. But that's just, like, the history of adventure games. LucasArts was, like, the best. Why? Because...
Oh.
Like, you rarely could die in any of their games, and even if you could die with certain characters, they usually still had a path to victory. Maniac Mansion, for example, you can still technically win if one or two of your characters died, sometimes, but that possibly was one of the more brutal LucasArts games. Monkey Island 1, there was literally one way to die. And you have to try to die, and it's a really comedic death.
Yeah. We just found an area that is one of the puzzle locks instead of going through the area with the shooting. And I'm not sure if this leads to where they want to go. I've actually never seen this part.
Interesting.
So...
I mean, we do say in Kusog7ande, if there are ways to do something that are... Like, if there are ways to do something and it puts you ahead of the other player, if we did not ban it beforehand, then that is allowed. And it looks like Captain Drake has blown up the ship. That might be it for Captain Drake.
Yep, that's the first section down. No, there's
Very
like
nice.
6 more flying sections after this.
Secure.
It's a good ship explosion if the ship explosion had actually looked like the ship exploded after the explosion cleared, which it didn't.
Shields at maximum. Navigation systems active.
Yeah,
All right, so
this
now
is
we're
really
on-
interesting
now we're
what
on
Mifa's
to
trying to do.
to
I
the
like
island run.
it. The island of Dr. Moreau. Or not. No, this is like Polygon Island.
Target acquired.
Ooh, I like this music. Yeah, like, how are you supposed to react to some of the enemies appearing in here? That's one thing about games like this. Sometimes they're just brutally unfair in order to cause you to die and play through a section again. At the very least, checkpointing is fairly generous, but still.
Target acquired.
Like, that's one thing about certain adventure games that, like, I have to complain about. Either they're too obscure or just, like, way too difficult in sections and just require you to, like, get good at something that you've never done before.
Yeah, and the thing about this is that flying games, especially on PS1 and stuff, this is the first one I've ever seen where you have really no control over the flying at all in this era.
Oh yeah, it's a rail shooter.
It's a rail shooter, but it feels like it shouldn't be because of the way the enemies are and stuff like that. Like, the enemies attack almost immediately.
Yeah.
Most rail shooters, you at least have a little bit of time.
Not only that, but, like, rail shooters, usually you have a way to actually move the like, if you have to move a reticule with the D-pad, it's bad. It's not, like, it's going to take people longer to react and actually aim, so, like, you should be giving people a little extra time if that is the case, or at the least a very hefty amount of health so that people don't die because of something that they've never seen. You know, there's a fine line between difficult and frustrating. Ah, Mifa found the lock!
Mifa finally locked the door.
Yes!
Okay, now go towards the boxes.
Nope.
Oh, no,
How are you supposed to know? There's just no way to know. Hey, Captain Drake died that way as well. This is just how it goes.
But at least now
yeah.
Mifa knows that she can lock the door.
Yes. I would say that, like, putting together little pieces of knowledge is very important for this game, you know. Learning how the game works, learning the various rules, even if you do die a lot early on, you're going to eventually get better. You're gonna improve. Like, but this game has so many BS stats. It's amazing. Okay, here comes the enemy. No! Mifa shot, but too early! Oh, no!
Oh, no! That was almost a checkpoint past the part she couldn't get past.
That's all right. You know, Mifa knows 1, lock the door, 2, walk behind the box, 3, shoot. Yeah, Captain Drake actually didn't die at that section, so Captain Drake has definitely the advantage in this area. But I could see Mifa doing the shooting sections a little bit better than before coming up. Like, Mifa is steadily improving.
Yes.
And
most adventure games are a learning curve. You die, you figure out why you died, you move on, you know?
Ooh, Mifa, you saving in the middle of a level. I believe that is completely fine.
Yep. Now let's see if they die to the other guard.
Probably. I mean, welcome to this game. Ah! I didn't even see the guard anywhere.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah. The thing
you don't see the guard initially. You see him walk by. Stop.
Yeah. Mifa, at this point, is definitely behind. Let me say that, like, with a lot of games in Kusog7ande, you can make a lot of progress in a short amount of time. This one is a little bit less that case, which I think means that the hour, like, if we only had this for an hour, it possibly would not feel very fair. But,
no,
you know,
I wouldn't have given this out for a non-endurance. It's too slow.
Well, it's slow and it's very time punishing when you do die. You go back, or at least have to reload. Having an extended time, I think is good so that people can start learning various skills to get through the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got 2 full hours of this game. I hope you're enjoying the hot tunes for Captain Drake's screen. I'm trying to make it so it's not, like, destroying your ears too loud, but at the same... Okay, Mifa, you gonna shoot? Can you shoot the guard?
Yes, you have to shoot the guard.
Well, yeah. But, like, can is different than you have to. It's like...
Forgot the guard. Okay.
Perfect. Mifa's gonna go in the ship. Maybe. Oh, no, Mifa sees something. Nope.
Oh.
I don't know where Mifa's going. That's fine. I don't think Mifa knows either.
At least Mifa has seen the thing on the underside of the ship, so when she blows up here, she's gonna know why.
I mean, she'll at least have a suspicion?
Yeah. It took me forever to find that bomb, because I didn't understand why I was blowing up. If I'd done what Mifa had done, Captain Drake is actually making really good progress in this flying section.
Yeah, Mifa blew up and typed in chat, "Blah, what?" Yeah, I think Mifa is a little bit surprised by that death. Like, it should... Okay, if this were a quote-unquote good adventure game, what it would do is at least zoom in on the little black box right before it blew up. Oh my gosh. Right before it blew up. There we go, Mifa doing the puzzle section here.
No, but Mifa at least knows how to use, like, the infrared and stuff like that. It's a slow initial, but if you can understand what it's showing you, you can understand what the thing is. But look at this mess of what you're supposed to do.
What the heck? Okay. This is too much information. How are you supposed to know any of this?
So, when you press switches, you can see how they move, but it's still really hard to interpret initially. Like,
no, I think brute forcing is the way to do it. This is dumb. Okay, brute force it. Just don't play the game the way that it's meant to be played. The way that it's meant to be played is stupid.
And it gets worse if you're on the level 3 difficulty. Like, it's trying to figure out all 7 switches is obscene.
Yeah, it is.
So you're being shown that the far right one is your on-off switch. That one you don't need to touch at all.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that one, for sure.
You have to turn on off the switch. That's what you gotta do. Turn on off.
Now this section Captain Drake is in is awful.
I mean,
and just I don't know if they understand why they blew up there. Because normally the things you target in blue are things you have to hit. In this section, no. You hit the things in blue, those are civilian vehicles, and you blow up.
How long? Yeah, Captain Drake is like, how many of these flying sections are there? I presume a lot. The rapid fire deaths, these are so good. Does it actually just restart you back in there like right away without having to choose? Because that's kind of convenient. Oh no, Mifa, no! Okay, proton howitzers and armored cars.
Shields at maximum. Navigation systems active.
Okay, now Captain Drake has learned that you're not supposed to hit oh no, they're not civilian vehicles, they're fuel.
Oh, this is terrible for color blindness. This is really bad. Yeah, I hope that neither of the players is colorblind, because this would be like almost impossible.
Yeah, and this section is so brutal. Like, it is so many enemies, they come very fast, and there's nowhere to move. You just have to know they're there and blow them up, because you're gonna take damage. Like...
Okay, so here's the deal. Watching Mifa, infrared scan complete. Mifa's using the additional tools. I don't think, like, yeah, it's dumb.
It's very dumb.
It's very, very dumb.
The section Captain Drake is in was one that if I could have gotten to it, I would have made this into a gauntlet state, because this is terrible.
I love this game already, though. Like, this is absolutely majestic. Not a game that I feel... There's a reason it's on Kusog7ande. Like, okay, this is a very highly flawed game, but flawed doesn't mean unenjoyable. I think that, like, at the very least, I'm having a lot of fun watching this. It's just, like, you have to be okay with the game being unfair. And if you're okay with the game just killing you every once in a while, then that's fine. A lot of, like... It really depends on the game whether or not it's an issue when you die. Like, platformers, usually you want to make it feel like it's the player's fault, not the designer's fault, unless you're making an I want to be the guy game. With adventure games like this, though, I think that's almost part of the fun, it just being brutally unfair and you figuring out the game's BS. That's not going to be enjoyable for everyone, though, but it is enjoyable for some. So, yeah. With that said, I'll go ahead and say that, like, yeah, this game is very, very, very flawed, but kind of still fun.
QM Squirrel was saying there's a Cyberia 2? I don't understand how you got a sequel after this mess of a game, but I'm going to try and look at this now.
There is Cyberia 2, yes. By the way, Cyberia, for those who didn't look at the top left of the screen on Kusog7ande and see the name, Cyberia is spelled cyber. Yeah. Someone is saying that apparently the speedrun for the game is about an hour. Maybe we'll see a completion, and I'm going to say no way. That's not happening.
Shields at maximum.
Mayday! Mayday! We're under attack from cartel forces!
Hostile targets approaching.
Because, like, we're only 30 minutes in.
But yeah, I feel like there are some relatively decent things about this game. No, Mifa! Mifa is just trying to brute force it now, and I think that's the right way.
Yeah.
Definitely
The
gonna
thing
be
is,
the thing to do.
you have to hit that. Mifa's got the right initial thing. You have to hit the second to the right switch, and then you have to hit the first and the third switch. In the thing, you can see how the switches move, but it's really not great.
Second to the right or second from the right?
Second from the right, excuse me.
Okay, Mifa. Ooh, okay.
Mifa just needs to not hit the center switch.
Okay,
Of the three switches on the left.
Yeah.
Mifa just needs to ignore that one and hit the other two.
By the way, the person who worked on this got special thing, from what I see, was the main director of the game. They actually directed some of the Return to Castle Wolfenstein games. They directed Redneck Rampage, which we've had on Kusog7ande. Cyberia 2, yeah, wouldn't have guessed that. A lot of work on Cyberia's, as well as audio for various games. Yeah, like, honestly, this director has a pretty big list of flawed games that didn't really break out of, like, a little bit of a niche culture. I actually think Redneck Rampage is a debatably bad game. It's just like the theme is stupid, but it's kind of fun. Brutal Legend, I actually have that on my computer, and I haven't played it. That's the Jack Black game. By the Jack Black game, I mean literally starring Jack Black.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Neither have I, but I own it. That said, I need to find out who did the 3D models for this game, because they're the most glorious. I see August Johnson and Jason Kaler. August Johnson worked on other games like Cyberia 2. Oh no. Not a whole lot of games there. This was their first game. And Jason, on the other hand, this was also their first game. Oh no.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Brutal Legend. It's never been one that's come up on anything that I've ever played or dealt with or anything.
True. I honestly didn't know about it until I got it, and then I'm like, well, okay, I have to play this sometime, but yeah, I just never have. So, as far as I'm seeing, when it comes to people who worked on 3D modeling for this game, it was kind of their first game. There was an art director as well as somebody in charge of computer animation, and the art director, this was also their first game. Okay, yeah, so pretty much everybody working on this game was a novice, is what I'm saying. Yeah, the person credited for doing lighting in this game apparently has... They were only credited on the Sega Saturn version, and their first credit was Cyberia 2. I don't understand. How do you just... Like, unless you're a new studio that has never made anything before, it's kind of impressive how many novices they had on here. And I'm going to go ahead and say, for 1994, for your first game ever, this is not too shabby looking. I would fault them a little bit more, like, if they had been working on several games. But, like, I feel like I would put this on my resume, being like, look at the art that I did for this game. It looks pretty good.
For the era, I'd say it does look pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jaxie, thank you for that resub. It is very helpful. Yeah, so... Time Stalker, here's my biggest issue when it comes for the puzzle that Mifa is doing here. It's that it does show you more in detail, like, how the switches affect things, but it will only show it when you flip the switch. So, yeah. Because of that, you're probably going to blow up while you're figuring this puzzle out.
Yep.
And Bookworm, thank you as well for the sub. Many thanks. Yeah, like, this is a game that, like, Mifa's definitely just having a very hard time with, and I can't blame her at all. This is not an easy game. Mifa's like, what switch do I flip now to avoid, or to finish this puzzle? And I think you just, like, Mifa keeps flipping the middle switch on the bottom left side of the area.
The thing is once you flip it, you can't flip it back.
Really?
Mifa's tried. You cannot flip it back once you flip it. Flip that switch. And the thing is that's the one Mifa starts hitting first every time.
Yeah. I am letting the players know that this is medium difficulty. This is not hard difficulty. And what does that...
Monitoring your progress.
Oh my gosh.
Zach.
Cutscene.
Sorry about the weapons glitch.
Target practice.
Yeah. Here's the sitch. Recon shows that cartel forces haven't been able to penetrate to the Cyberia weapons level yet.
Okay.
In fact, it appears from some of the transmissions we've intercepted that they've lost quite a few of their operatives.
Lost? How?
That's not clear, but it looks like there's some kind of infection or contamination in the complex.
Great.
Make sure you've got protection.
That's the switch position that Mifa's had a lot of times.
Yeah, but you know, what are you supposed to do? Just randomly guess? It's really
well, I think Mifa thinks you have to hit them in a specific order, and it's not that, it's the position of the switches. So there's only so many combinations you have before you could run into it. But Mifa's seeming to think you have to hit all the switches in a specific order.
Yeah, I understand that. It's really frustrating, but like that's just like you have to start doing things different from what you're doing. If what you do every single time is getting you blown up, then maybe you are doing something incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that said, there are actually some people who have done some significant acting. For example, the person who did Princess Alana in The Sword and the Sorcerer is one of the voice actors for this game. Specifically, I don't know what role they played. It doesn't list, but they did a role. Captain Drake, are you through or are you chopped? That sounded bad.
That is dead. But Captain Drake is further than I've ever been in this game.
You've never gotten this far?
No, I got stuck in the flying sections.
Slice-o-matic. Ah! Yeah, that is a very juicy sound. That is so juicy. Yeah, I also see someone named Greg Berg who's credited here, and it appears that they've done some voice acting for Lightning Returns. Like both of them, like top credited cast members here did Lightning Returns. Also Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, Male Pedestrian and Infamous. That was a great game.
Mifa, just hit the left switch, please. Just hit the left switch. There you go.
Whoa.
Is that it?
Slice of magic.
Yes!
That's it. Mifa is now able to get in the plane.
Oh my gosh. This is so... Like, I would start getting a little bit tilted probably at this point. Like, this is very frustrating. But Mifa is finally moving on to the shooting section. Usually, though, an important thing to remember while you're playing, even if you are set back quite a bit, you realize that everybody is playing the same game. So if I were Mifa, I would try to assume that everybody is about where I am. That way I don't start. How did Captain Drake even die? Death from audio? I'm going to say death from audio.
Mifa's saying that she doesn't feel like she's racing right now. She's just trying to beat the game at its own tricks.
Yeah, the thing is, like, don't even think, like, you know that you're in a race setting, but it's more important to think, you know, what can I do to play this game? Captain Drake dying to audio. This isn't even Z's nest, but audio is killing.
Whoa. Slice of magic.
Basically, from what I'm finding about this section,
Yeah.
if you can't be in here for too long, you can hear the sound when you're in there. So you have to go through this quickly.
Ah, gotcha. Captain Drake is
It's a matter
backing
of,
off.
It's a matter of the fact that there is just this, the whole room is having a sound thing, and if you stay in there too long, you die.
Okay. Slice-o-matic. Okay, Mifa, time to do the shooting section. Captain Drake spent a lot of time on this, so if Mifa manages to get better at this shooting section quickly, then Mifa could make up a lot of time. Considering that Captain Drake is backtracking a whole lot right now, this opens up the opportunity for Mifa to start catching up.
Yeah.
However, you also actually have to hit the enemies, and that's really difficult. Like, controlling a shooting cursor with a D-pad is never optimal. This isn't what you want to have to do. It is painful.
And this first section is 5 passes to get to what you can actually hit to destroy the ship, so...
Yeah, I would try to consider, are there ways that I can make it a little bit easier for me? If I could pause buffer a little bit, that might make it a little bit easier. Okay, Captain Drake just trying to get through here. The audio is playing, though. It's pretty loud. Just don't stop walking.
Captain Drake figured out how to fire quickly in this, and that's something that I had trouble with in general with this flying section. Is the flight, the shooting quickly is where you need to be.
Oh, Captain Drake was almost through there, but still died from sound. This is so stupid.
That's why I love this game.
You know, you might... I would say if I were going through that area, I would have my hands over my ears to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not doing that? Dude.
That's the thing that I love about this game and why I wanted it to show up in Kusog7ande is because it's just so unbelievably stupid.
Chat is saying that Captain Drake died from hypothermia. I actually missed that. But hey.
Yeah, I was focused on Mifa, so I missed that one as well.
Yeah, welcome to life, everybody. Sometimes you get really chilly. I feel like hypothermia might not be the worst way to die, though, because your body's like, oh, you feel warm now.
Oh,
Good
that
night.
running animation is special.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I would definitely take freezing to death over a fire. Freezing, like, you know, your body is like, yeah, we know we're not gonna make it. Time to sleep now. And who knows, maybe something will come and rescue you while you're sleeping, but probably not. Good night. With that said, death by sound, I don't think I'd want that. Oh, there we go, Captain Drake getting all chilly. Time to sleep.
Yeah, there's the hypothermia death again.
Yeah. Mifa is still doing the shooting section and is, like, having to replay it quite a few times. It's just a very... All of these shooting sections are difficult, and there are several in a row. You just have to get good at actually aiming. Mifa's saying your guns don't hold a charge at all. Wait, Captain Drake, no! Question time, Stalker. With the gun section, when Mifa says your guns don't hold a charge, do you have limited ammo then? Or do you have to, like, stop shooting in order for them to recharge?
As far as I'm aware, where you have to stop shooting to get them to recharge.
Okay, Mifa is pausing mid-flight. Interesting. This is something that is allowed. We do allow people to use any of the password and save systems that are built into the game. And so if Mifa is actually able to load after that section, this could save a little bit of time. She did have a very good beginning stretch in this flying section. So, yeah, that... Let's see if it pays off. Captain Drake, meanwhile, just trying to play this game without dying. That grunt did not represent, like, his physical body at all, and I love it. Doot. Okay, how you gonna die this time? Oh, it's nice and quiet in here and very red. Oh, I do not like this elevator. Dislike. Thumbs down. This is not OSHA compliant.
Mifa's on the last pass of this. Let's see if they can hit target.
Okay, come on, Mifa. You can do it. You can do it. If Mifa does, this is making up a huge amount of time. Nope. That's life.
Mifa's like, it was blue?
Whoa, Slice-O-Matic.
PlayStation mouse would be right about how Mifa says.
Honestly, if the PlayStation did have a mouse and it's compatible with this game, I would say that would probably be the way to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, however, both of them are using PlayStation controllers, and I feel like it's just hard.
It's unfair, is what it is. A lot of this is just unfair trial and error stuff. And the problem is that unlike most adventure games, there really isn't an indicator that what you're doing is correct or incorrect until you die.
Vroom, vroom. Well, with that said, everybody, we are playing an emulated version of this game, and generally we do allow people to set up controllers the way that they would like, but also, you know, there's nothing... I really don't know if, like, a PlayStation mouse setup is even doable in BizHawk. It probably would make this significantly easier. I agree.
3ham says they think they figured out the indicators on the flying section. The right meter is health and the left meter is gun charge, and they both slowly recharge.
Okay. Yeah, the health... is a pretty big issue. Slice-o-matic. My gosh, I love Slice-o-matic. Favorite voice line. I wonder if, like, Captain Drake would be able to save partway through this section, or if it would even matter. Because I've seen Mifa save, but loading isn't really doing anything.
I don't know if Captain Drake has actually accessed the menu to see the save thing. They usually just go from checkpoints.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just do like to see people experiment. Honestly, though, I don't think saving has benefited Mifa at all.
Not that I've seen.
So, jog my memory, what is this main character's name again? You don't know?
I don't remember.
My gosh. Well, everybody, welcome to the game. This is Cyberia. We're almost an hour into it, and we don't even know the protagonist's name. Okay, let me take a look, because, let's see, Delvin. Are you Delvin?
No, I think Delvin's the person you were talking to.
Warning.
Oh, you're Zach?
Is that the character's name? Zach?
It's in all caps, though, so why is Zach in all caps? Okay, let me see. Delvin in the FWA, have your mission plan. Okay.
Slice-o-matic.
Oh, they removed the oxygen from the room Captain Drake was in.
Yeah, the FWA has... What the crap is the FWA? Where is this? Okay, the Free World Alliance. There we go. You control Zach, an outlaw computer hacker with some very useful skills. Unfortunately, they do you little good while sitting in an FWA confinement cell, awaiting trial and sentencing for treason and espionage. William Devon, head of the FWA, gives you a choice. Work for the FWA on a covert mission or sweat out whatever time you have left in your cell. Some choice. So, yeah, we're controlling Zach. But did you say there was like a character choice in the beginning?
No.
Then what?
No,
you were talking about some stories converging or something.
Yeah, no, the converging is whether you kiss the girl or not. Because if you don't kiss the girl, then you don't get captured. You just go straight to the airship.
So
the airship.
You required them to kiss the girl.
I required them to kiss the girl because it gave an extra section for them to play in.
Good, good. Yeah, I remember you were talking to me, like, is this something that we should, like, if there's a choice that affects how much they have to play, should we require them to do a certain choice? And for all fairness with this, and with how much BS this game has, just having a little choice, kiss or not, definitely matters. And I thought, yeah, just go ahead and tell them. It's early on, and it could actually really, really affect how far the players make it into the game. One person kissing and one person not kissing would be enough to possibly decide the victory.
Yeah. Someone is asking who is currently winning, and Captain Drake is in the lead right now. Captain Drake has made it through the flying section and sent into the second.
I don't know. Chat says Chad is winning.
Well, I mean, that was my whole tone, was that chat would be winning this game.
Yeah.
I don't think the players are going to have as much fun with this.
I think Delvin, who is sending you on this mission, I think Delvin is winning. But with that said, Captain Drake has made the most progress so far. Mifa is pretty significantly behind. With 60 minutes left, Mifa has to start getting through these flying sections really quickly because, like, there is so much BS in this game. As you're seeing,
yeah. Captain
Drake dying over and over and over and over.
Yeah, and the thing is it's 7 flying sections to this point where Captain Drake is now.
Mifa's on section 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone is asking if it's not time right now, and no, this is an endurance round. This is a 2-hour round.
That is correct. Welcome, everybody. This is, I believe, our final endurance match. There might be one other, but I don't think so. And because of that, This is 2 hours. We could see Mifa make a comeback, considering that Mifa is towards the end of flying section number 1 here. If Mifa can manage to just get the final shot, or, I mean, it'll be in a little bit. In a little bit.
Yeah, they're on their 3rd pass right now, I think, and they have to do one more pass and then hit the blue target. And it's so dumb that they have the first 2 targets hit blue, and then later blue targets are things you don't want to hit. Like, why would you do that?
This game's dumb.
Like, you could have made the target that you have to hit red and made friendly targets blue. That would have been more...
Yeah, you actually can use multiple colors in a video game. Like, that is
see
doable.
If Mifa gets it this time.
Oh my gosh, please, Mifa. Yes!
There we
Mifa
go.
has blown up the boat!
And Captain Drake has finally learned how to use the scanners.
No infrared scan. What about magnetic resonance imaging? Not like it helped for the last one. This is a little more comprehensible. Or gate.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not gate, or gate, and possible trap. And realize this is only on the normal level of puzzle difficulty. I can only imagine what the hard puzzle difficulty of this one looks like.
Okay. So the thing is, this isn't super clear what you're supposed to be doing here. I imagine what you're trying to do is disable the yellow line at the top right. So getting 2 red lines there.
Like I said, I don't understand what I'm looking at for this one.
Yeah, however, there are also some misleading lines that are going through here, or some of these switches. Ooh, I really, really enjoy logic puzzles. I want to, I would love to sit down with this. I like it. This is something that I imagine you would do in a Zachtronics game.
Whoa,
That's hilarious!
However, you wouldn't have to do the slice-o-matic every single time you're playing a Zachtronics game. Yeah, I love the puzzle ideas, but honestly, what it should have is like a way to do the puzzle and then push confirm in order to send the signal or whatever, rather than like just killing you every time that you flip a switch wrong. That would be nice.
Okay, so Local Claus is saying I strangely want this game. I believe this is also available on Steam.
Really?
I think someone told me that on Thursday.
If not, it might be on Good Old Games, because this was an old DOS game.
Okay.
I would hope it likely doesn't support the original creators, which would be... but if it does, then heck yeah, I would love to buy this.
Mr. Fortune says it's on Steam and it's on sale.
It's on the Steam sale? Oh, baby. It's cheap on PS1, chat says. I mean, it depends on where you're buying it. I mean, right now, retro games, if they're... Retro game shopping is a little dumb. $20 on eBay isn't too bad, though. This game is currently $8 on Steam. And DOS versions in the era tended to be a little bit more reliable than PlayStation, just because PlayStation usually had a limit on how fast things could do and how fast things loaded, whereas for PC games, anytime that you had to have a loading sequence, if your computer was better, it would often run a little bit better. With that said, I am slipping this into my wish list if anybody wants to get me a little Cyberia. Or if I want to get myself a little Cyberia.
But Mifa's into the 3rd flying section now. So she's making progress.
Yeah.
And Captain Drake has been stuck for a while here.
Oh my gosh, Captain Drake has been here for so long. It's not surprising. This game is brutal. But I do like, I think that despite all of the game's flaws, I kind of really enjoy it so far. Captain Drake, are you dead? Nope.
Nope.
Was that the right password?
Maybe.
Like, I'm used to this game murdering you, like, if you get anything wrong. But I also feel like if you're going to have a secret base with tons of really dumb minions working for you, you probably don't want a messed up code to kill your minions. Like, you're not gonna have minions after that. Okay? Like, put fewer death traps, put more security cameras. Maybe more gas vents as well, so that you can like pump gas in. Yeah, it's great. See, Chad is saying that you just hire more minions. Okay, here's the problem. There's a difference between quality. There's a difference between quality and quantity. And let me just say, some tasks, yes, quantity is good. Like, if you're having people sort potatoes, that's where you would probably prefer quantity rather than skill. Who cares if you're very knowledgeable? If you've got a PhD about potatoes, who cares? That's not really going to help with potato sorting, okay? However, having puzzles inside a base, you probably want more quality.
What the?
What the? What the?
I'm not sure what Captain Drake has to do there. There's too many minions.
There's so many. Yeah.
Also, game, this is not how flying works.
When you have the hover fans, it is how flying works. That drones can hover in one spot. And this is a futuristic game, okay? You saw. Well, okay, never mind. This plane probably should not be able to hover.
That's what I was talking about. The plane you're in doesn't have the ability.
Yeah!
Oh, come on, Mifa.
What the?
Also, a potato PhD might actually be fun. I do. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing a PhD in potatoes. But I'm sure somebody has a potato PhD somewhere. I mean, I live right next to Idaho.
I don't know that I'd want to spend that much time with potatoes to get a PhD. Those things take years.
There are people who have very specific PhD. That's like the point of getting a PhD. So there's probably like 2 or 3 people in the world, at least, who have gotten PhDs in potatoes. Not only that, but like outside of the US, we've got what, 3 or 4 varieties of potatoes that are popular. The like golden delicious potato. No, that's apples.
No.
Yukon, the gold Yukon.
I want a golden delicious PhD. Give me a PhD in apples.
Apple PhD. That's probably that. I imagine the Apple PhD would be more interesting, but yeah, like we've got the golden ones, we've got red potatoes, and we've got russet potatoes, and that's about all. But outside of the U.S., I mean, there are probably some other like. If you go down to a grocery store, like one-off potatoes that you can buy.
Question for Brosencha and chat. If you could have a PhD in a fruit, what fruit would you have a PhD?
I actually wrote a college paper about strawberries, and got a really good grade too. Yeah.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have been a banana person.
Well, mine was dealing with. I eat bananas a lot, okay, and I know
You were
bananas
talking
are.
about bananas in your pocket.
I had a banana in my pocket earlier, okay? Nobody asked me about my freaking banana. I thought people always asked about that.
I think that would bring up more questions than answers.
But no, bananas actually have a really bananas have a fascinating history as well. I think that strawberries used to be my favorite fruit. Pineapple is definitely higher up there, but as for the history of fruits, bananas and apples probably have some of the most fascinating history, just because of like people. There have been wars fought over bananas, literally. And apples, just the wide variety, as well as like all of the weird propaganda that made Red Delicious the biggest apple for so many years, even though they suck. Yeah, like apple history is kinda cool.
Okay, Chaos42666 says, "Why are bananas in your pocket, not plugging your ears?" And I'm like, I appreciate that reference. Thank you.
That the janitor has quit.
I don't like her.
His key code and invalidate his access pass now. Alexei, we have a problem. System security has gone random. Administration had to implement
I think this one's worse.
just to let Hiroko's girls access Vmail and personnel files. What a mess.
I want
Mr.
Vmail.
McKellen thinks it has something to do with his insect. In any case, we must get real codes back online immediately.
These are horrifying. I
think
love
Mifa's
them.
taking.
Ah!
I think Mifa's taking a second to post herself up for that section.
By the way, when can we expect a new janitor? The director mentioned an unpleasant odor. See to it.
She wants you to take care of the smell?
Alexei, a couple of strangers just looked into my storeroom. One of them had a plas pistol. Is everything okay?
That's like Town with No Name voice acting.
Unauthorized personnel.
Ah!
Seal off all levels.
That was a good final video log. Pew! I like this gentle humming in the room, though. Like... oh my gosh. This game is fantastic.
Almost sleep-inducing.
Okay, I don't like that computer. No, turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop. Bad computer. Bad. Proximity computer, you get close to the computer and it freaks out. It's like, don't you dare touch me. Yeah, I'm glad that Captain Drake is making an unreasonable amount of progress. He's been doing very well. Mifa, I would say, like, is doing probably more as we would expect. Even in bracket, Mifa is doing really well. It's just that Captain Drake just blows me away pretty much every time when we have him on.
This is as far as I got. Was where Mifa is. So I am very impressed with your Captain Drake shot that they got through this so fast in the second section. Like, this section Mifa's in is the second hardest one, with that tunnel being the hardest, in my opinion. The other ones after it, from what I can see, are not nearly as brutal as these sections.
Yeah, there's
just too many enemies and they hit you too quickly.
I'm gonna say that, like, I'm glad that they do have an easy difficulty and a medium difficulty. However, they have individual difficulty levels for action sequences and puzzle sequences, and they will not let you set both of them to easy.
Yeah. They say that'll make the game too easy.
The game too easy if you set them both to easy. Shut up, devs. okay? This is freaking Cyberia. Nobody freaking cares. Okay? Let people play the game the way that they want to. Shut up, 25-year-old dev, says chat. Yeah, I know. I'm yelling at devs from the past. Whatever. That, like, there was the difficulty discussion has been going on forever, and I think that finally we're mostly at the point where we're like, it's okay for people to play games the way that they want to, rather than the quote-unquote intended way. And honestly, games that are quote-unquote too hard often still have mechanics in there that will make them easier for you. This game does not.
Mifa is saying I missed the radar.
Yeah! Like, the radar helped. It wasn't the best, but it helped. Oh my gosh, that run, Captain Drake.
You could at least see where things were coming from. This one is just like, oh, once they're in range, you can see them, but they're already firing at you at that point. So it's becoming more memorization than anything else.
Yeah, I'd say, like, Mifa currently playing through the flying stages, like, a lot of the times people don't want to reveal how far they are in the game, but these two players have been somewhat talkative in Discord. The one risk about revealing how far you are is if the other player is significantly ahead, then they'll be like, oh, I know. And you don't know how far I am. I can at least mentally relax a little bit because I feel confident. Yeah, there are a lot of like small things that certain players do take into account when playing that they don't want to reveal too much to other players. At the same time, I think that like blowing off a little steam by making fun of the game in Discord can help as well. And honestly, yeah, no radar.
I enjoy when the players are talkative in a match room because it makes it entertaining for us too. Because one of my favorite matches was the Rocky and Bullwinkle match because the players were talking the entire time. It was so fun.
What the? Get him! Hurry!
Captain Drake is dead again.
No!
Okay, how was Mifa supposed to hit that target? It showed up in the bottom left corner of the screen for a fraction of a second.
I would say that as long as, like, you had a long stretch where you didn't take any damage, so you were probably going to regenerate at least a little bit of health there.
And Mifa threw that section onto the tunnel. One of my favorite comments from the Rocky and Bullwinkle one was someone was talking about that was so unfair, and someone else responded with, "You have to be more specific with this game."
Yeah. Honestly, this game is very similar. Everything is unfair. Okay,
Hey,
Yikes.
Yikes. At least Captain Drake got behind the box. Yelling yikes actually helps you get behind boxes. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not. So
Yeah. Somebody shoots at you, better say yikes. Like, it confuses them enough. They're like, I'm trying to murder you, and your reaction is yikes? Bam. That was enough time for you to get behind the box. And you're good. You're good at that point.
what the?
Mifa almost out.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Killed her.
I don't know. The game killed her. That's just life. So I do see, by the way, that one of the people who worked on the audio for this game, one of the composers, also did some of the music. Did one of the songs that appeared on Grand Theft Auto Vice City, did one of the songs that appeared in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. She blinded me with science, specifically, which is pretty cool. And then the other person who worked on audio only worked on this and the other Cyberia game. So, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
At least the section Tifa's in is very short, so they're getting close to the end every time.
Yeah. So, the actually company that worked on this, they're from LA in California. Mostly they're known for two series, Redneck Rampage and then Cyberia. So I would say that if you haven't heard of either of those, well, I mean, you're here. You've heard of at least Cyberia at this point. But yeah, like, if you hadn't heard of either of those before today, this company was largely something that just would have flown under your radar, so to say.
Chat brings up an interesting point. I've got a question. Which is better, Yikes, Zoinks, or Jinkies?
Honestly, I couldn't see Zoinks or Jinkies in this game. I would say that for real-life situations, Yikes is better, but Zoinks and Jinkies are just objectively better words. It's just in a fictional setting. I'm not gonna yell Zoinks for real.
There we go, Gadzooks.
I'm not gonna yell Gadzooks.
Why not? Gadzooks is fun.
The Great Gadzook is stupid. He ruined... okay, he didn't ruin Flintstones.
That's not his name.
I don't know.
Not the character's name from the Flintstones.
Okay. Yeah, I might be getting things confused. Whatever. Look, Mipha is currently fighting an entire airbase and is doing pretty good. You know, when you're able to fly solo into an airbase and take down almost everybody, maybe they need to, again, get specialists. This is not a potato sorting deal. This is a PhD deal, okay? Get specialists. Don't throw more resources when nobody knows how to fly your freaking planes, okay?
I'm gonna say this in one more section, and Mipha's in the same section as Captain Drake is, just behind it. So if Mipha can get through some of this, she still has a chance to catch up. But she has to get...
Yeah. Like, Captain Drake has been stuck here for a long time, and we do know that Mipha at least has done experimentation with some of the different mechanics that are in the puzzle sections. That could help her out coming into this, whereas Captain Drake kind of got a little bit walled. Captain Drake back into the humming room.
Alexei,
do you have to watch the voicemails?
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten this far.
And invalidate his access pass.
I mean, it might give you info.
Mm-hmm. But Captain Drake has watched all this once before, so I don't know if the info is there again.
Yeah, the big question is, like, does your character need to learn the info, or do you need to learn the info? Because if it's just you probably don't need to go back to the computers, but if it's the character needing to know, then yes, you would need to sit down. And again, Captain Drake has not learned that there is a save function in the game. Mipha has.
Chat says more chatting with the Easter Island head characters. And Mipha's into the last section.
Yeah, by the way, this is still supposedly Earth, I think. Like, it looks like a moon base, but I'm pretty sure this is just a Cyberia.
Yeah, this is snow.
Did he just... Captain Drake just talked to Einstein. What's up, pal? Can you imagine thinking Einstein is your buddy? Yeah, that is some conceit right there. Wow, I'm like Einstein. Shut up, Zach. You don't even have a real name, Zach. You control Zach. in all caps, okay? That might just be a code name for this flesh hunk that you get to make wander around this world. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I'd want to date Einstein. Yeah. Is that a bathroom? He doesn't want to use it? Okay.
Well, there was one person talking about there being a bad smell coming out of an area.
Oh, that's right. That might be the smelly place. By the way, yeah, I just remembered. I'm playing a game lately that it's been out in early access for like 5 years. Because of the Steam sale, I was like, okay, I'll finally get it. It's Scum. It's essentially a zombie fighting game that is also very much multiplayer, but I'm playing it single player because I'm a nerd. And let me tell you, it was really difficult for me to figure out how to urinate. And when I had to search online, okay, how do I pee? Because there was no hotkey. There's no, like, Wolf Quest, it's just P to P. But, yeah. I'm like, how do I pee? Because my bladder is at 80% capacity right now. I need to pee. And so, yeah, I had to Google it, and apparently there was some super secret menu that I had no idea about that lets you pee. And I'm like, well, great. Thank you for having literally no information in-game about that. Very appreciated.
I thought that was a roundish blue switch.
What?
E-switch.
Oh my gosh, no. 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 You have to hold tab. Nowhere in the controls or the setting does it list tab as being the keybind for opening up the radio menu that gets you to the bathroom functions.
In conclusion, it would appear that at this stage of research, the potential of the Cyberia weapon is virtually limitless.
Blah, blah, blah.
However, the fundamental lack of boundaries this potential brings makes this project extremely difficult to control. But even if we can't find a way to control and harness this entity, then surely the spin-off technologies from our research will have justified the time and costs required for this project. Thank you.
Arnold, get a progress report.
Arnold, get a progress report. The voice acting in the 90s was just so hit and miss, and I love it. I really hope that Mipha gets to the spinning fan, because that part is just amazing. Oh my gosh, can you kill? Oh no, Mipha, no! Welcome to life.
That is the boss. That is the boss, and you have to have enough weapon energy to kill it.
Oh yeah, like Mipha still technically has a chance, but it's starting to get to the point where Captain Drake is still making progress, and Mipha has a lot of puzzles to figure out to try to catch up. Because of that, I really don't see that happening. It's possible, but Captain Drake just has a very commanding lead right now.
Well, the problem is that Captain Drake has been here long enough that they have gotten enough of the knowledge of this area, so Mipha would have to do really well. That said, I still want Mipha to get out of the flying section.
The audio's a little bit choppy. That's fine. We have 30 minutes left, everybody.
Captain Drake said they were having a little problem with their headset audio, so it might be coming.
No, I think it's just the game. Like, it's not very choppy audio, it's just, like... It sounds like there's a fan in the game. That's all. I think this is perfectly normal. This isn't Z-SNES quality, this is just DOS quality. Which is a quality that I can appreciate, okay? Oh, Mipha, you were so close to beating the stage. You're gonna get it this time, I swear. I want you to get to the secret base.
Yeah, Mipha just needs to have more energy for the weapon.
What's the password? Oh, Einstein, probably. Access granted for Captain Drake. Captain Drake managing to put the pieces of the puzzle together. As it turns out, as much as you can tell people not to use really obvious passwords, people still use really obvious passwords unless they are nerds like us. Like, as much as we'd like to think that people have gotten better at keeping things secure, that's mostly like anybody who understands technology.
Are wandering around AGR. Could you have a new set of keys made? Chaz is brilliant, but he has friends I'd rather not see in the lab, if you understand. Get started as soon as you can, dear.
I like her accent. It's good. And she seems
Miss
nice.
Suzuki, the new janitor is expected tomorrow. She's under emergency investigation, but nothing negative expected. All she needs to do is use a mop and turbovac and stay inside the station. Recommended by Irina Dmitrievna Kolnev. Emergency replacement for Yakov Petrovich Krasnoy. Issued temporary key code. Replaced with permanent code as soon as possible.
I enjoy that they're talking about this specific janitor needing to clean a room and the different tools that they need to use to clean it. Like, thank you so much for all of the very important voicemails. This is like a typical office, and I like it.
Mifa is getting so close.
Have you ever been, like, worked in a place where the bathroom flooded? Because it's the worst.
I didn't work in a place where the bathroom flooded, but I had to do janitorial work, and let me tell you, sometimes people are nasty.
Yeah, sometimes people can't help it though. Like, I've got. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking, like, some of the times.
I'm just talking about, like, there are times where people just don't flush, and that's just gross.
Yeah, just flush, everybody. Unless it is a legitimate concern that it's going to cause a flood in the bathroom, in which case I will forgive you. But it's still nasty. Doesn't change that it's nasty, just, yeah. Okay. Captain Drake hitting all 3 buttons. Is that a death? Boom!
Yep.
Why does it cause a grenade to go off? What the crap?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Mifa's in the best position they've been in coming to this section, so.
Let's hope.
Oh.
Okay, Mifa hit all 3 sections of the boss. Mifa is through, finally, to the Siberian base. Oh my gosh, good job, Mifa. Let's go. Yeah, I actually, like, now that Captain Drake is inside the base, I really like all of this lore that's coming through. A lot of times, like, adventure games from that era didn't do a whole lot with individual character lore. I'm just thinking, like, usually there were... This is something that I'd more expect from, like, a modern AAA game that, what am I thinking? Prey? Something like that? Did Captain Drake do it? Yeah! I think Captain Drake managed to put the password in to close the door so that the grenade would explode on the other side.
That's good.
Although, I feel like running away from the door might have been a better idea in general. Like, what's it gonna do if you leave the door open? It's not gonna destroy the entire hallway. That's not how grenades work.
The funny thing about this section that Mifa's in right now is there are actually 2 paths. They both lead to the same area, so you can either go in the back way or the front way.
Yeah. Now, with that said, how long did you play when testing out this game?
I played for about an hour and a half.
Okay. So yeah,
Well,
Mifa.
I never got close to where even Mifa was in an hour and a half. I really struggled with flying.
I was gonna say Mifa is doing really, really well here. Captain Drake obviously has the lead here, but I don't like. I think if Mifa were going up against anybody else, it would be very close. But this is just one of those incredibly difficult games. Oh no, Mifa got sliced.
Yeah, the thing is, Captain Drake got out of the first area very quickly.
Yeah, Mifa is not... I think Mifa likes the slice-o-matic. She said, "Whoa," in chat, and yeah, I'm feeling the same thing. Whoa! Slice-o-matic. Okay, Captain Drake pushing the box. It's been a little while since we've seen that specific cutscene, but there we go.
We're back to the red.
No, Mifa! Slice-o-matic. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. What I do like about somebody in chat, by the way, QMS Squirrel or QM Squirrel, whatever, is saying, you know what would have really helped this game, Sierra, like death messages. And even though we don't really get death messages, we do have like tons of different animations for the different deaths here. Like, it's obvious that these developers put a lot of work into it. And really like tried to flesh out this world. Mifa's gonna get sound death, by the way.
Warning.
Yeah.
Halon system activated.
This recon chopped.
Oh no, Captain Drake, no! Mifa accidentally walking backwards. Yeah, sound death coming right now.
Mifa's like, what?
Yeah, and I think that is the correct reaction to have. Okay, Mifa getting the jump timed just right. Okay, so Captain Drake just waiting for the guard to look away so that Captain Drake can sneak by. Okay. Oh, good, good. Just barely got through. Let me just tell ya, if I have a glass window that I'm supposed to be keeping my eye on, I'm gonna put my monitors in front of the glass window. That way I'm looking in that direction. Yeah. Also, I appreciate the chat. Shubinator is asking, oh no, you gave players an adventure game as part of Kusog7ande? That's kind of the magic of the tournament. You never really know what genre you're gonna get until you get it. This is not the first adventure game we've had. This is not gonna be the last one. But this is probably one of the most appropriate for a 2-hour match that we've seen. Like, there have been a surprising number of puzzles and
Just a call to remind you of your appointment with Professor Kalnikov tomorrow. The professor is looking forward to your complete progress report.
Surprising number of puzzles, surprising number of action sequences. I've very much appreciated what this game has to offer.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah. If the execution of this game had been better, I think this would have been a fun thing. I just don't think the execution is there. I think the ideas are there.
I'd almost say that for 1994, this could have, like, some people would have loved this back in 1994.
Yeah, honestly, I like adventure games. Like I said, I was going to give a different adventure game, and they both had played it, so we ended up with this one. But I like adventure games. I just think Moon Logic, if it's tampered down a lot, I really do like adventure games.
Yeah. So apparently, one of the things that people liked the most about this game was the visuals, no matter how much we're making fun of them right now. But apparently,
The visuals were
game.
pretty good the visuals were pretty good for the time, I would say. They're just,
Any word on the explosion?
it's really odd to look at.
Who the hell?
This is saying one of the first game titles to combine computer animations and Hollywood film technique to form visually stunning graphics and cutscenes. I'd say that that might be a little over the top praise, but at the same time, like, it, for 1994, having something that feels more cinematic, like, you've got interesting camera angles. Like for Mifa, the camera was slightly tilted, which generally, like, if you're doing analysis of the mise-en-scène, you know, it gives sort of a creepy feeling, very, very similar to Resident Evil style cameras. But I don't even remember when Resident Evil came out. People are saying Alone in the Dark 2 came out in '94. Alone in the Dark 1, I feel, was very similar to this, but did not look, or with the idea of visual storytelling, it did not look nearly as good as this game.
Resident Evil 1 came out in '96.
Yeah, this, I'm going to say that this game was visually possibly ahead of its time. No matter how much I want to make fun of it, because it does look silly. Mifa, by the way, already to the shooting section, Mifa's been making a very decent push. I don't think she can catch up to Captain Drake, but you never really know. The speedrun is about an hour. Yeah.
I'd say it's not likely. Like, the shooting section is just one part of this base. But Captain Drake has made a decent amount of more progress in the other areas of the space as well, so.
Yeah, the character polygons
got shot in the back.
Happens to the best of us, you know. Don't know anybody's behind you, probably gonna get shot. But yeah, one thing is saying that, like, the characters here, polygon-wise, look really good, and I agree with that. For '94, it looks very, very good and very smooth. Like, that really shocks me how smooth this game runs. You're not getting tons of lag. There are a lot of PlayStation games from this era, heck, that came out after this game came out that did not look as smooth as this. But yeah, apparently people did not like the actual gameplay of the game. They're like, it's too linear. Which for an adventure game is not too unusual, you know. If they're trying to break ground in some way, you can't break ground in every single way. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I don't love that review too much. Somebody said that there are weak puzzles that aren't integrated into the story or gameplay, and yeah, I kind of agree. The puzzles feel forced. Like, they're figuring out the Einstein password, that's kind of a lot more fitting for a puzzle game, but the stupid Switch puzzles, dumb.
Yeah, those are way too visually complex, way too uncertain. And like I said, this is only on the medium version of this puzzle difficulty, so. Oh no, Drake got shot.
So, question. Somebody is in chat is saying that Drake is near the end of the game. I'm not sure. Like, this
sure
does
either.
not feel like there's been enough story to be near the end. Like, there has to be more, right?
I know that there's at least one more flying section in this game.
Yeah, let me check this out, okay? Because we've got the rig at the beginning, okay? And then you go to the open ocean, island run, valley run, underground. There's pit stop, and then finally Cyberia complex level 1, which is, I believe, what we are on.
I think Drake is on level 2 in Cyberia complex. I'm not sure if they've reached level 2.
Gotcha. We already got past Genius. Okay. Cyberia complex level 2, red light, green light is one of the things that happens, and then there's a place called drugstore, unsafe door, graffiti, you with me, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think Captain Drake is actually getting close, but I don't know if they're gonna get there.
Yeah, I think next time I see Captain Drake die, we'll be able to see what password it is, and then I can tell you more accurately, because, like, this actually might be very close to the end. Okay, there we go. Drake shooting the guy, which, honestly, I have no idea what we have done in this game. We flew to this complex and shot a few guys. And that's it?
Yeah, the lore has not really been helpful. At least from what I've seen.
Required for entry.
I still have really enjoyed this game, though. This is really neat.
Well, I'm glad I could bring it to you.
Yeah, I'd say that, like, this is a game that has not aged well. For the time, people had criticisms, and I'm actually more forgiving of the criticisms, because a lot, like, there's still enough that they were pioneering with this game that they didn't have to make everything about the game feel new or different. You can't expect a new development team that's never really worked on anything before. You know, you can't expect them to absolutely reinvent the video game scene. That's not reasonable.
That was a disturbing visual.
It's fine. He'll be fine. He's fine.
Just taking a nap.
No, he's dead, but he's honestly probably for the best. Yeah, probably for the best, you know. They didn't even pay him very well. Ooh, what is this? What are these camera angles? Ooh, I love this. Oh, yeah, this is my jam.
This game did well enough to get a sequel.
Yeah. Like, I imagine that this probably falls a little bit under the cult classic type of game. And yeah, like, the forgiving checkpoints with the tons of deaths in this game, I feel like that makes it a little bit more approachable. And
well,
yeah,
if you're doing an adventure game of any kind, you have to have forgiving checkpoints, because part of an adventure game's thing is you're gonna die a bunch.
See, while you say that, there are lots of adventure games that didn't get the memo. Mifa watching all of, well, I mean, how many games were there that if you didn't pick up an item in the very beginning and then you got to the end, you couldn't beat it? There were a lot of those. Okay, we are currently on red light, so this is how many checkpoints behind? Okay, after this there's drugstore, unsafe door, graffiti, You with me. So there are 4 more passwords after this. So, yeah, Captain Drake, I don't think we're going to see her completion by the hour, but Captain Drake is actually really close to the end.
Oh, I love that. I love that emote, Mifa. Mifa's not happy.
But yeah, a lot of adventure games actually required you to be in charge of saving, rather than the game having checkpoints. So, like, if you died and you hadn't saved for 5 minutes, well, there goes the last 5 minutes.
Beautiful, huh?
Okay, I've got an adventure game to recommend to you, even though it is heavily Moon Logic. If you ever played Discworld on the PlayStation,
I haven't.
Oh, that one's out. The thing is Discworld is usually Moon Logic in general, so it kind of fits the source material, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I would say that
Discworld has 2 on PlayStation as well, so that's...
Uh-oh.
okay. That's good to know. I'll have to check that out sometime. So the chat did note that, like, the 2 big adventure game creators, Sierra and Lucasfilm, you usually didn't have to worry about saving. There was very rarely a chance that you would get stuck. Sierra, you saved always. Like, if you walked into a new room, you save before entering that room, okay? Because you do not know if you are going to be able to get out of that room. You very well could just be dead. And if you save inside that room and override your save, then you could possibly be soft-locked and have to start the game over. Sierra is brutal. And just allowing you to save everywhere actually will get you to the point where you can save in unbeatable places. It's, yeah.
Mifa's found Einstein.
Yeah, I love that here's the deal. It's actually a pretty subtle but clever way of helping you know that Einstein is important, and it's just him having a voice line talking, like saying like 1 or 2 words to the picture. It's enough to cause it to stick in your memory so that when you go to enter a password, you might actually remember the password. I like it. I think that it's a very nice small way to give you information, and like, even if you're not paying too much attention, you probably are going to remember that.
I will say this, Mifa has made a good push to try and catch up. They are doing a bunch of things that Captain Drake was here about a half hour ago, so they are, they're learning. It's a little too far behind it.
Oh yeah. Pew pew. Pew pew pew.
Talk about pew pew. I actually got to go see one of the Star Wars movies in orchestra, so that was fun. Where they play the movie, but all the music is done by the symphony orchestra. It's really fun.
So apparently, the second game in this series, Cyberia 2, has a rock soundtrack. So it's not just this atmospheric humming kind of scary stuff. You actually get music. I'm not sure that it is necessarily better, but Computer Game Review gave it 82 out of 100. It might have improved in some ways from the first game. With that said, I probably played this before that.
Mifa's only 2 passwords behind where Captain Drake is. That's how much they've caught up.
Yeah,
they're on Listen In, and Captain Drake was on Red Light, so...
Yeah, Mifa has had a very impressive push forward. I gotta be honest, Mifa is doing really well. It's not going to be enough with 5 minutes left, but still.
No.
Like, I think that we can say that Mifa has made the most out of the last set of, like, 5 to 10. The last set of what? Like, once Mifa got on the planet, Mifa's been destroying this.
Yeah, she started off slow, but she's made a very good push to catch up because this area has been brutal for Captain Drake. And Mipha's like, really?
I love the humming music in Captain Drake's room. Like, this is the type of sci-fi atmospheric sound that I wouldn't mind having in my life, you know? Other sounds like or I don't want those, but it's good stuff. Yeah, I do like that Chad is pointing out, like, Lucas Arts, when they made Monkey Island, there's literally only one place you can die in it, and it's only if you don't figure out the puzzle within 10 minutes, which everybody figures out the puzzle within 10 minutes. It is not a hard puzzle. So, like, you have to purposefully die in that game, and when it does, it's hilarious. When you do die, it's just so good. Not only that, but like if you do save right towards almost dying, like you're almost, it's very, very, very difficult to get into a position where you're soft locked, because like you would have to save about 1 second away from dying in a 10-minute section where you pretty much have to do nothing. Yeah.
Okay, three hams has perfectly described what my feelings with this game. The way I described the cinematography in this game is they knew all the places to put a camera, but not why.
Yeah, like, I love the cinematography, but at the same time, usually these angles would be appropriate for horror games, or games where something really bizarre is happening. Whereas what's happening in this, there are people and we have to shoot them sometimes. That doesn't really fit.
I'll agree with you on the horror aspect. A lot of these angles would be much better in a horror game because you're expecting something to show up there, and therefore the tension.
Yeah, like Captain Drake, it's slightly crooked. You have these like long stretches of hallways, like they're good camera ideas. It's just not getting the right feeling across. I do wonder if they were able to put the pieces together a little bit better for the second game, though. It's very possible. But we're almost to the end of the match. We're here, final minute. We are not going to see a lead change between Mipha and Captain Drake, and that is fine. I don't know, that's Kusog7ande for you. Sometimes you have very, very close matches, like between Mipha and Poltergeist, and then sometimes you have something where somebody has a commanding lead the entire time, like this game. Mipha still had a very decent push in the last hour of the game, and I feel like she played as well as she should have. It's just Captain Drake is really good.
As requested, I present a
Captain Drake did a very good job early on to get through the first section quickly, and I think that was the difference. Because Mipha made a great push once she got out of the first section.
You're right. I'm trying to listen to this cutscene, but that is time.
Those who demanded immediate results and would not allow for controls, for the time and care needed to nurture and train our minuscule creations.
Minuscule creations.
We designed useful molecule after molecule. Then
hey Mipha, sorry, we're kicking back and listening to a cutscene on Captain Drake's screen. But there was hey! Yeah, good to have you. Oh my gosh, why is this cutscene so long? I don't even care. Okay,
colleagues,
whatever.
I know your shame. No shame is greater than my own.
Einstein. It was referenced from the picture.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's all right, Mifa, because you know what? You are right that you did not win today, and that is completely fine. It honestly is one of those cases where you had a very decent push in the second half, but that Captain Drake just did so well in the first half of the match that he had an extremely decent lead. And because of that, we weren't expecting you to catch up, but you were only a couple checkpoints behind Captain Drake by the end. You made up so much time in the back half.
Oh, that shooting is so horrible.
Oh, it's bad.
Yes, it is.
What the crap is Captain Drake doing in here? Mifa, you should look at my screen on Discord right now. Just to see the horror that Captain Drake is doing, because I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is a nightmare. But with that said, you struggled with the first part, the first puzzle with the bomb on it. I feel like that took you an extremely long time, and that leading into the first shooting area, those two ended up costing you a lot of time. But then the other shooting areas after the first one, you got them a lot faster than Captain Drake did. And then you never died to hypothermia. You got through the sound killing area in 2 or 3 times. It really didn't take you that long to get through there.
It was the second time that Mifa got through the sound killing area, and I know that area killed Captain Drake 6 or 7 times.
Oh, Captain Drake died a lot, yeah. So I feel like you sort of learned the BS of the game and how to deal with the BS, especially after the first hour or so. You just were really wrecking the game. It's just Captain Drake had such a good lead from the from the first hour that it was an uphill battle for you, and you got close.
Understandable.
Yeah.
This thing is... What the heck?
Yeah, what are your opinions about Cyberia?
It's interesting. Every time our main character comes from the darkness into the light, I swear he's naked every damn time.
He looks so naked. Yeah, I completely agree with you. He does not look like he has clothes, which, I don't know, you can rescue the world naked. It's fine.
I mean, you're right.
I've never done it myself, but maybe one day, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, the thing is, for 1994, I actually really like the art in this game. I think that it looks pretty good. Not perfect, but, this was before Resident Evil. This was, the only other game that you can really compare this to, I'd say at the time, was Alone in the Dark 1, which definitely has much more polygonal, choppy types of animations. It does not look nearly as good, although I love it. Yeah.
Mifa, this was originally an MS-DOS game they ported directly to the PlayStation. They also ported it to the 3DO. It's, and it controls like a DOS game.
It feels like a 3DO game, so thank you for telling me that.
That's what Kat was saying too. It feels like a 3DO game.
Yeah, I want to hear though, what's your overall, if you were to give a review of this game, what are the high points, what are the low points, and is this, where do you put this in your rankings?
It's a fun adventure game. The flying parts are too cinematic, because the flying part, you see your ship just fly nice, and you don't even really, 9 times out of 10, do not advance the screen when you come back, which is stupid.
Yeah.
There are times where enemies blow up that you don't even shoot at them.
Yeah, but it's just, I think the PlayStation mouse would have helped this, but it's not the worst game I've played.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much true. It has a lot of the flaws from the early to mid 90s in video games. I was looking at the various people who worked on this game, and a lot of them, it was their first game. The art people, their first game, they hadn't done art for video games before. And I'm like, for 1994, this looks freaking good. It's just...
this is fantastic.
I think that, like, one of the complaints that people had that the game was a little too linear, that the puzzles didn't really feel like they fit in. Welcome to adventure games in the 90s. It's, you know, if you're going to be experimenting with other things and such, which I feel like this game was experimenting with, you know, other things you aren't going to be able to experiment with. You know, have some things that you know are going to work and have some things that you try to do new. You know, it's flawed, but I feel like there's probably a cult following for this game. Heck, it's on sale on Steam right now.
Oh, jeez.
Like, part of the Steam summer sale, baby.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, I might actually have to pick it up because I find that this game has charm despite all of the problems, and that I personally feel like I would like to play this game.
You give it a try then.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, do you think that this is something that you might return to?
Oh, I'm debating if just to throw it in the shuffler just to make me yell.
If you do, Mifa, you are about, I'd say probably at least 2/3, if not 3/4 of the way through. You're pretty close to the end. Yes.
That section is the bulk of the rest of the game, and then you've got like a flying section right at the end.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, it's actually there were some people wondering if Captain Drake was going to finish it. That didn't happen. Captain Drake really ran into some difficult walls towards the end there, which is understandable. But yeah, I really, another hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I think you would beat it. I really do.
The Einstein puzzle would have gotten me, and then I've been like, how do you spell Einstein? Spelling is my arch nemesis.
Oh no! Yeah, Captain Drake got that relatively quickly, and
I think there was something in the video files that kind of referenced it too, but...
Yeah, if you
I
let him...
skipped them all. I was like, nope, Lord, get out of here. I hope I don't need these.
Well, I mean, you made the right move for a Kusog7ande match, but unfortunately, yeah, that would have been the wall for you. Normally I'd say skip lore, but if you had more time, watching the videos would have given you the hints needed in order to get through Einstein. With that said, the videos are actually kind of funny, and the amount of time that they sit there like complaining about the janitorial staff in the videos.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think that the lore's pretty worth checking out in there, especially since it's relevant to the puzzles. Yeah. With that said, Mifa, I'm sorry to say you are eliminated from Kusog7ande, but you made it all the way to round 6 here, which is really, really good. You know, it takes... Everybody except for one person gets eliminated at some point, and that's just how it goes. Like, seriously, great job this year. Be sure to hit me up because we do offer prizes for Kusog7ande, and for this round, let me go ahead and do a little check to make sure that I'm not lying to you. Up to $35 of games on Steam. I've been doing gift cards this year to make it easier, so you'll just have to add me as a friend on Steam if you haven't already, and then Neil brings Cade, the Tortured Crossing, as soon as it's released, and if he takes too long to release it, then we'll give out a different movie. But yeah, I would love to get that the Steam gift card over to you when you are able. Yeah.
I forgot about prizes. I never claimed mine from last year.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey, Mifa, that's okay. I only got part of mine from last year, so.
I wanted the movie.
I didn't get the movie either. I got the Steam, but I didn't get the movie.
Did you send me your address?
Yep.
Okay, where's my notes? Okay. As soon as I get paid this month, okay, yeah, I know.
Don't worry about it, bro. Get through the rest of this.
Get movie for Mifa Time Stalker, Polk, Kitsune. The Neil Breen makes it really annoying to get the movies because you have to order each one individually with specific information through his very specific system. I don't know. Neil Breen's
that's
a nerd.
Last year wasn't Neil Breen.
No.
What was
last year was the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I can get that to you in like 5 minutes. Okay, well, there we go. I've got notes for you three. And everybody, especially since it is the Steam sale, if for some reason you never were able to get that claimed, feel free to poke me because, you know, and you have to add me as a friend on Steam. It takes like 2 days for that to go through before I can actually give a gift card. So, like, if you are wanting to grab... Already. Yes! Okay. In that case, just poke me later. Mifa, do you have any final words for your tombstone?
I'm sad that I didn't get to fight Okami this year because I was banking on doing that, but I think my tombstone would read, "Knock louder, Z-SNES crimes are happening."
Oh, they are! In fact, chat, if you didn't know, Mifa contributed the Super Mario Brothers 1 from Super Mario All-Stars to the Z-SNES files that I'm doing over on YouTube, and there are a few more that are going to go live probably today, including Link to the Past, which has been copyright claimed by multiple places that aren't Nintendo somehow.
I need to get a copy of that Z-SNES thing because I've got one in mind.
Yeah, and then East 3, that's right, Mifa did that and then said, I'm going to take a break.
God. Just playing that game normally, I forgot how good it is, but then I forgot how atrocious the last boss is because the platforms on the ground where you stand actually fluctuate the whole time. So if you jump just right, you'll jump into the hitbox of the boss and do like 90 damage to yourself, and you only have 255 damage.
That's beautiful. But yeah.
It's so bad.
Everybody, I am going to do a little bit more of a stream. I do have lunch here. Justin made me some food, so I'm going to be eating and playing Final Fantasy V Forge Job Fiesta on Z-SNES.
Good luck.
Oh, I listened to the intro. This is going to be special. I don't know how much today I'm going to play, but I'm going to play some, so feel free to go ahead and kick back and relax. And I'll go ahead and let both of you go, Mifa, Time Stalker.
Yeah, and I will see you Friday for Grudge Match.
Yeah, Time Stalker's going to be on the Hotfix Grudge Match next week. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, much love, and I will talk to y'all later.
Much love to you too. Bye, Mifa. Bye, Time Stalker.
See you around.
Later.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I need to run an ad real quick so that I can get up and run to the restroom. Feel free to grab a beverage, water, get something, whatever. We're going to do Forge Job Fiesta in a second. I know my first thingy, my first job. It is White Mage. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay, be back in about a minute or two, and then we'll move on over to that.